So this video is an advanced video that describes some of the issues associated with using third-party jQuery controls in a UX component. So you can see here we have a simple UX component that has an input control, and this input control over here is configured to use the third-party jQuery time picker control. So if we go look over here at this input control over here, you can see we've got some control JavaScript over here, and we're using a jQuery library that is a clock picker. So we've configured the clock picker control over here, and then you can see that when we go here to our properties, to our JavaScript properties, we're linking in the third-party jQuery library. So over there under JavaScript linked files, you can see we've got the name here of the third-party library that we want to load, and that library also uses certain CSS, and that CSS is loaded over here basically in the linked files. So this particular component here is using a third-party jQuery library to create this time picker control. So when we go over to working preview, we can see that everything works exactly as we expected. However, when we go into live preview, we'll see that we get an error, and essentially what this video is about is discussing why this error is happening and what you need to do in order to fix the problem. So you'll go here, and when the component loads, you see we get an error here saying that the jQuery method clockpick is not available. However, if we were to go now and run this in the Chrome debugger here and inspect this, you can see there's the error that we got. But if we go to the console right now and we type jQuery, we see that the jQuery object is there, and if we type fn.clockpick, we see that that object, the clockpick object, actually has been loaded. So now we know that the issue is not that the library didn't load, but that it's a timing issue. And so the problem is that this jQuery library over here is being loaded over here. This linked file is being loaded asynchronously, and by the time this library has finished loading, the code for the control over here has already executed. So what we need to do is find a way to delay the execution of this control JavaScript over here. So this is how we can do it. So we can go here and we can go, and instead of outputting this code here directly, we're going to output code that creates a JavaScript function. So I'll go here and I'll say var init clock equals function, and now I'll go down here and close this right now. So now basically when the UX component is rendered, a function called init clock is going to be created. So now when we go and we run it, we'll see that we no longer get an error, but the control still doesn't work as expected. So you can see there's no error now, but the control itself isn't working. So now we're going to go back to properties over here and go to the definition of the linked JavaScript file, and you can see over here it specifies that you can specify an optional JavaScript function to call when the JavaScript library has been loaded. So we're going to go there and then paste in the name of the function. So now what this is doing, it's saying basically load this JavaScript control, this JavaScript library, and then when that library has finished loading, then call this function. So let's go ahead now, save this, and then move over into live preview mode now. And now when we see, when the component renders, we can see that the JavaScript library has been loaded, and then the init function has been called. So we've now successfully incorporated a third-party JavaScript control into this UX component. Thanks very much for watching.